Alright, y'all, super quick, man. Gonna go down to the range for a couple hours here this morning. I guess it's still morning. Actually, it's getting late, ain't it? Rough morning. Whew. Just getting up, moving. Overslept a little bit, but it's Sunday. Anyway, wanted to share this a little bit more in depth. This is not, I repeat, this is not a high-end 12 gauge. But this is not like a super low end one either. Is my opinion, that is. What this is this is a Mossberg. This is actually a Maverick 88. Shares a whole bunch of features with the Mossberg 500 series, with a few slight variations. There's a couple internal parts that's not made as heavy. The outer trigger box on these are plastic, which for most people's intensive purposes won't affect much, and the actual finish on it is bluing, which you don't see anymore, and I think it's Parkerized or something on the other ones. And then your forearm with your slide action levers is made a little different on here. It's molded into one piece. Outside of that, basically I had a Winchester SXP home defense one. It was like a FDE color. I honestly didn't have a lot of complaints with it. I'm a little particular. The only other firearm I have that's not made in the USA is that Walther 22 TAC 22 rifle I have, and it's made in Germany, which I'll make an exception for that because it's obviously made in Germany, and that's actually like in some cases a step up. But that other one was made in Turkey, and that's not to say that they're garbage if they're from Turkey. It shot fine. There's a lot of good ones. I mean, it just all depends on what you're looking for, man. I wouldn't say that, you know, if that's what you got, just use it. These are cool because you just point and click, man. These are nice just to have. Just to have. It's a shotgun. It's a good old 12 gauge pump. It's good to have. I had an 870 Express, an older one, and I'm an idiot, and I sold it. I had it all mag pulled out and everything, and it sat in my safe for a while, and blah, blah, blah. Somebody wanted it a lot worse than I did, and I let it go, and I regretted it from the day that I did. What you're looking at here is not this original configuration. Already has been like putting lipstick on a pig, but that's okay. I like doing stuff like that. The stock on that costs half as much as what I paid for the whole thing, but that makes it pretty badass right off the rip. It changes the whole attitude of it, and it just changes it in so many ways. Instead of having this monstrosity on there. And I really can't decide if I'm even going to mess with the foregrip. I don't mind that at all. But in order to put the Magpul forward piece on there, you got to spend another stinking $100 on it. So you'd have as much. This retails for like $199. What sold me on this was that 500 round burn down video. Watch that video, man. The SXP didn't pass it, which I didn't know that. I'm glad I sold it now. It wouldn't pass that test. It come apart. But these are made in Eagle Pass. What is it? Eagle Pass, Texas. Also known as Maverick, Texas. Made in USA. I love that. And but in order to use the Magpul 4-in, you got to buy a 7 3/4 inch slide action tube, which used to be about $50, which is now $100. You can find used ones for about $70. When I come up on money, I've been buying a lot of stuff lately. I'm pretty broke, dude. I got to stop, but I'm going to order the stuff I need. You know, I'm going to put the 4-in on it too eventually. But for right now, I had to go ahead and get that stock, dude. But anyway, I like it a lot. you could and for the price of it, you could do your Krylon job. I'll never do that to it. There's a Cerakote place in Dayton, Ohio that's pretty reasonable, and you could take it apart. I took this all completely apart last night. I never did that with one of these before. Took me a few minutes to figure out how to put it back together, to tell you the truth. But you could have this Cerakoted flat black. I think it'd look pretty sharp. But anyway, y'all have a great one. I'm gonna get going to the range. Just wanted to share that a little bit more in depth, but not bad at all. I just kind of like American made stuff. Not to say this is far superior to one that's made in Turkey, but you know, I just prefer this. But this is a fine little setup for what it is, man. Get you in a really fine home defense setup for 200 and something bucks, man. You can't beat it. And anybody that tells you that a 12 gauge isn't a really good home defense setup out to about 30 yards is full of shit. And you can tell them old D told you that. So y'all have a great day, man.